Hello and welcome to another free code session. My name is Jason Bach, and I did look up the error code, and it appears that this got added in .NET 5.0.201, which I'm guessing came with a recent upgrade of Visual Studio. So it is an error, a warning, I don't really know. But apparently they're trying to prevent you from comparing two function pointers, because taking the reference of a managed function pointer more than once, which I get. What I'm going to just kind of do is punt. So what I mean by that is, if we go back up to rocks, and where was that? Pointer archetype builder, yeah. So down here I made the switch to say don't even put it in, and then it would fail. What I'm going to do is say if it doesn't equal the function pointer type, well, I'm going to keep the comparison in either way. What I'm going to do is pull this out, put it here, okay? But I'm going to kind of do what this is saying here, which is put in, oh, well, no, I can't do that, because I usually do warnings as errors, but if I'm saying disable it, then it should be okay. So in the case of a function pointer type, what we want to do is do that. So I want to say writer.writeLine that, okay? If it is a symbol function pointer or a function pointer type, and then here we will say restore. Okay. That, I believe, should do it. Unless it gets screwed up because it's within the context of a... Shouldn't though. Those are okay, I think. Let's give it a whirl. Let's not do that. Let's close and restart. And then if this works, what I would basically say is, if you're trying to do a function, if you're trying to mock something that is taking a delegate or a function pointer, you can't pass in two references the same, because it may not be what we're not going to stop you from doing it. Just may not be what you want. Okay. All right. So let it go build off all the things. Okay. So let's say F6, and build everything. And let's see what this does. And if it does do the thing that I want, then we can move on to the other thing and then do the big thing, because that's the thing we want to get to. Okay, well now I want to do where I can look at the actual, because there should be, I have pointers. And so now, what? Huh? This should have done this, right? Pointer archetype builder. If it's a function pointer type, then do this. If it's a function pointer type, do this. So did it not? I mean, our code doesn't restrict it anymore. We should be able to do it. We're going to, if 3 fail, then something didn't work right. We put in the, if it's value, we do it anyway. So I'm not sure why that's still showing that the pragmas didn't show up in the case of a function pointer type. Unless it's one of those weird cases. Yeah, now they all pass. Okay. You're not, but it's got to be there. Right? How would it not be there? Unless I said clean and rebuild. Now I came in here and I said I have pointers. Nope, still doesn't do it. But everything passed and everything worked. You know what? Clean, close. one more time with feeling. This compiler, I tell you. Let's build. Build all the things. Let's see what happens. Okay, it succeeded. Are you going to show me all this stuff? There we go. So it did. Told you. So it's going to do what I want it to do. And then you just have to say, well, it's literally going to be that exact value. So if you want to do those kinds of comparisons, and I think that's okay in this case. So I am good to go with this, I think. Let's see, props. Yeah, I've got this already at 6.0. I'm going to have to clean that out. But that's okay. That's all right. Let's see if the get thing works. Committer stash 143 fixed default value and also addressed a function pointer compares issue with CS 8909. Commit. Do that. Okay. So we did that. Let's go to manage branches. I'm there. I really want to be here. Okay. And now what I want you to say is, why? Why in the world would I ever want to merge right onto itself? I am almost positive it used to work just fine. Like you would say, like, I don't want to I don't know. Why is it doing what it's doing? Incoming, what? Oh, we updated the readme. Fine, fetch it. Doesn't matter. It's just a readme. Okay. So you did that, right? Wait, doesn't matter. I want... Oh my God. You know, I had such high hopes for this and it's completely gone back to GitHub desktop. And I know people are like, use the command line, use the command line. Hold on. All right. We got it, I think. So run main. And if I look at builders, create pointer archetype builder, I should see that we have the switch in here for that. Yep, we do. Okay, good enough. So I got that in. I should be able to close the issue here because I put that in there. And I fixed it. Okay. There we go. What's funny too, somebody put a +1 here. Some guy named, like, really? I don't want to do it. But I was like, huh, somebody actually gave it a +1. How nice. Okay. So now if I look at my milestones, the only one left here is the doc, which I will do later. I'm going to switch to a different thing here real quick. This is just a complete aside that I saw today and I want to give it a try. Okay. So let's close some of these out because we don't need those anymore. I saw this today. Actually, let's go to the, should be up here still. Yeah. I just, out of the blue today, I saw in the Roslyn Discord server, somebody saying something about iSyntax context receiver. So you can actually get from the context a semantic model. And I was like, wait, I didn't know you could do that. So I was like, huh. Assuming you only want the syntax tree that is a type you're looking for in syntax. Sure. I hate it when people make statements like that. I'm like, what do you mean? But the point is that I want to try an inline mapping. This shouldn't change any code, but what it's going to do is push they're not candidates. because before we just like, I think it's this. Now we can actually say, I know it's this, and put that there. So I want to go to File, Inline Mapping, and let's actually be correct. So let's go to Inline Mapping, Issues, Milestones. So we had 1.10, and I know I pushed that, so that is closed. Okay. Let's go to Issues, and let's make a new issue and investigate using this shouldn't change any behavior. It just makes the code arguably cleaner by pushing the semantic model into the receiver and verifying the nodes right there. Okay, I'm gonna say myself labels. This is just an enhancement. I should technically make it a 1.2.0. I'll just do that because it's not a bug fix. It's not a breaking change. We'll submit the issue. Okay, so now we're going to do, this is 23. Let's do this using, okay, so now what I'm going to do is our map receiver, we're not going to have map candidates. We're actually going to have, what do I think it's in the mapping information. This is where we actually, we validate. So the candidate type node is a type declaration syntax. So we're going to do that. And so what we want to do is in this and see which one's equal. Okay, so let's do a map context receiver, and then we'll backtrack the change. Okay, so we're going to do this, and then we're going to have a I. What was it called again? Syntax context. And then now we'll say implement the interface, which is actually that. So we want to pull that up. Put that here. Ooh. Yeah. So context dot, yeah, it tells you the node. Okay, so var syntax node is equal to context dot node. And then everything else will be the same. We would have never had any change other than this. But now we can say, because context dot model, so we have the model there. Okay. So now what we want to do, let's say model is equal to context.syntax model. Okay. So if we have a type declaration syntax, what we actually want to do is this. So I think we want private static read only. What is this? It's an iType symbol, right? Well, iType symbol. Map to crap. We need a compilation. See model compile. Yeah, we're gonna have to. We can't cache it, unfortunately, but that's okay. That's all right. Model dot compilation. Okay. And then we basically say here, we don't know if it's a source or destination yet. So we would just say type symbol, syntax node. Okay. Now, if type symbol is not null, then we're going to say for each var mapping attribute, for each var type attribute in type symbol, get attributes. Okay. If that attribute class is equal to, no. Attribute class is a named. Okay, so we could say symbol, if symbol equality compare default equals. Now here I would say type attribute dot attribute class, and I'm comparing that to map2 attribute. If that's true, then I have a map2. So these are not candidates. These are actually map2's targets. We know that they're, and these are going to be attribute data. Okay, so we say this dot map to targets is dot add type attribute. Okay, because if we come here, sugar. Well, we really want the pairs, and the mapping attribute is the So really what we want is I name type symbol source type, I name type symbol destination type, and then we want, what do we do with validate map? Candidate attribute node. That is the thing. Okay, so and then we want a syntax node, origination node. Where did it come from? Okay. And so here we would say map2. So the source type is the type symbol. The destination type is I name type symbol of the mapping attribute that. Why is that part? Yeah. I know. I need more in there. Boom. And then we don't even need map targets. Actually, we're going to change it to map targets. We don't even need these. These go completely away. All right. So else if we have a map from, and this would be map from attribute. Okay. We say that. Now it gets reversed. That is the source. The type symbol is the destination. And you just flip that around. Okay. We can get rid of this now too. Yeah, you're going to come back to haunt me, aren't you? All right. So on visit syntax node, if it's a type declaration, fine. But if it was an attribute, wait a minute, we never use this. Do we need to? No, we don't. We just need to check that it's of that type. And then we need to say else if syntax node is attribute syntax. Okay. Now we need we're going to eventually need to check just a map. So I'm going to say map attribute. Except now what did we do in the mapping information? We said for each candidate attribute node and match. So that's an attributes index. So here we say on the compilation, we get the semantic model for that attribute node. So this is going to be what are we calling this? Var symbol is equal to that, except the compilation here is from the model. Okay. And now this is syntax node, right? Except we don't need to, no. We just say model dot, okay, I was being stupid. Model that gets symbol information on the syntax node. That, okay. If it equals the map attribute. So now we say if symbol equality comparer dot default dot equals. So the symbol and the map attribute symbol. If we have an equality there, then we can get the attribute data and the source type and the destination type, right? So the compilation is from the model. Model compilation assembly get attributes. Single is going to need link. You did link, right? Yeah, you did. Okay. Candidate attribute node. That's the syntax node. Then you get the source type and the destination type, and Bob's your uncle because you're going to do this. Well, sort of. You're going to do source type, destination type, syntax node. Except that. There. Boom. Pow, kablamo. Now I can't just plug this in because you can only have either a syntax receiver or syntax context receiver. So when I switch this over, it's going to start breaking everything because I now need to, but it's going to clean a heck of a lot up because this is going to basically figure out all the map. And then once I get into the mapping information, I'm literally going to just say validate. So validate comes down to here. And then what I'm going to do is just say validate, validate targets. And then validate targets is just going to essentially, I mean, we can even say for each thing in here, call validate pairs. And it becomes a heck of a lot. This is a lot cleaner. I think this definitely has possibilities. But we're at the end of time. So I'm going to need to do maybe one more episode on this. If this proves to be a good thing, I will consider adding this for partially applied and rocks. I'm not sure if there is helpful there or not, but I will do that off camera. I'm only going to do on camera this one library that I have. The other ones I would just do whenever. So I'm just kind of curious if this works out. So in the next episode, we'll see if we can at least get this done enough. So thank you all for watching. Leave comments and questions below. See you in the next episode.